I gave up my seat on the subway to an elderly person with limited mobility. However, I didn't notice that a bad man had set his sights on me because I was dressed lightly. Even worse, he took photos of me without my consent. When I heard the clicking sound from his phone, I immediately stepped forward and demanded to know why he had photographed me. But he denied it and demanded that I show evidence. Fortunately, the elderly person I had just helped stood up right away to defend me. He scolded the man for his rude behavior. After hearing this, the other passengers began to condemn him for being shameless. Yet, he still refused to admit it and insisted that he hadn't secretly photographed anyone. Other passengers demanded that he open his photo gallery to prove his innocence. Unexpectedly, he claimed that he was an executive at a publicly listed company. He said his phone was full of company secrets. He challenged them, asking whether they could afford the consequences. After hearing about his high-status identity, the passengers became afraid of retaliation and fell silent. Then a scheming woman learned that the man was her superior. She immediately stepped forward to flatter him. Even worse, she slandered me by claiming that I dressed so revealingly on purpose. She accused me of doing it just to attract men's attention, but I wasn't afraid of his status. I firmly demanded that he delete the photos of me immediately. Seeing that everyone had already bowed to his status, he arrogantly displayed the photos. He claimed that there was nothing I could do to him. Then he left the place arrogantly with the scheming woman. After returning to the company, he felt extremely pleased with himself. To thank the scheming woman for helping him, he immediately promoted her and gave her a raise. She was overjoyed when she heard the news. However, they didn't know that I was actually the chairman's daughter. After I returned to the company, I immediately told my assistant to bring the two of them to my office. I simply couldn't tolerate people with such low morals in the company. Soon my assistant found them. He publicly announced that the chairman's daughter had returned to take over as acting chairwoman. The executive believed that this young chairwoman would be easy to manipulate. In order to get himself promoted to general manager, he and the scheming woman went to the chairman's office to curry favor with me. But what they didn't know was that this acting chairwoman was the very woman they had bullied on the subway.